kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
You have just tuned in to the Mag Nerd Podcast, your home for everything in music, anime, and gaming. What is up, guys? Showing up the King here, back with another video, and today I'm bringing you part 3 of my top 10 list. Today is the last one. It's the big one. It is my top 10 overall action figures of 2020. Man, oh man. So like I said before, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell notifications, thumbs up the video, comment, help me make more content in 2021. All right, so again, if you guys have not had an opportunity, I have listed in the description below the links for my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2020 and my top 5 Power Ranger Lightning Collection action figures of 2020. So this list will be inclusive of anything from other brands, Mafex, SH Figure Arts, Storm Collectibles, you name it, Hot Toys, whatever the case may be. This is what this list is referring to. Again, a few rules. The figure had to have come out within the last 365 days. I have to own it and have had it in hand, so it can't be action figures that I either didn't get my hands on or, you know, I saw other people's review and decided to add it to my list. It doesn't work that way. There are no other hard rules, and again, like I said before in my Marvel Legends video, this list is subjective. Again, this is based off of my preference, so again, there might be action figures that you don't believe should be on this list, and that's fine, but again, this is just something that is for me and me alone. All right, so before we get into the main top 10, I wanted to give you guys some honorable mentions, so let's go. All right, guys, we are back with the honorable mentions. I got to tell you, this is one of the hardest lists that I've ever had to do because there were so many action figures that I really enjoyed and that I really, really loved. I wanted to make sure that everything got its proper shine, but again, I had to be tough and make sure that only the creme de la creme made it onto this list, and that is what I think. So again, I wanted to make sure I gave a few action figures some love. So again, I wanted to start with the Mafex Wolverine. Now, technically, depending on if you purchase this, the Japanese release or the American release, this either came out for you in December or January. Technically, most people didn't get until January, so that's why it's on the list. Also, with the Cyclops, again, from Mafex. Again, this was a fantastic release for Mafex. Again, they have been killing it in 2020. They had so many action figures that dropped this year, and they all have been fire. Also, I have the Cobra Commander here from the new G.I. Joe wave, and as you can see on my Cobra Commander, I have a custom head sculpt. So again, it's the blanketed look for Cobra Commander versus the visor. We also have the Snake Eyes from the new G.I. Joe Classified line. Again, this is the deluxe Snake Eyes that came with the weapons rack, which you see here. That is in every single one of my action figure reviews. That weapons rack is where it came from, was with that Snake Eyes. Again, all these figures were fantastic, and they were really good with articulation, detail, scope, and accessories. They were just easily eked out from the top 10, but they definitely all deserve a spot. All right, and the final honorable mention for 2020 is actually one of two. It is the McFarlane Toys Devastator, which is essentially Batman mixed with Doomsday. This figure came out of nowhere. I did not expect the McFarlane Toys would be killing it so hard on a lot of these figures that he released this year. But, you know, Todd McFarlane did the damn thing, and Devastator was, again, so close to making it on my top 10 list. I absolutely love this figure. The size, the scope, the details, it knocks it out of the park. But again, if you compare it to other figures that are on this list, you know, it doesn't have any accessories. It doesn't match the quality or detail or some of these other figures that are on this list. So that's why it only made it on the honorable mentions. And the only other figure that's on the honorable mentions that it won't be on screen is going to be the SH Figure Arts Great Ape Vegeta. Again, that thing is just so damn big that I could not put it in the frame, and again, I didn't want to take it out of the position that it's in, but that also made it on my honorable mentions for 2020. So now that is out of the way, let's get into the top 10. All right, and coming in at number 10, we have the amazing Yamaguchi War Machine. Good Lord, this thing was a surprise for my eyes. When I received this in the mail and I saw how big he was and how many accessories it came with, I knew this thing was going to end up being on my top 10 list again, and it did not disappoint. I even ended up adding some of the rockets that came with the amazing Yamaguchi Iron Man because they all fit and they're interchangeable just to give him more loadouts. But this figure came with Gatling guns, hand cannons, machine guns, rocket launchers. It came with flight abilities. It came with a massive amount of articulation. Again, it was just, if you wanted anything that could just blow shit up, this is an action figure for you. So again, this is why it came in at number 10 on my list. All right, guys, coming in at number 9. This is kind of me cheating, but what I mean by cheating is that I have the actual figures, but they're already in my detail, and they're in a kind of precarious position where I have them just right, and I do not want to disturb them, so I just decided to get the box. My number 9 action figure for 2020 is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Tokka and Rahzar 2-pack from NECA. This was a dream come true. I wanted this action figure so badly. I was so nervous because I thought that I would not be able to get my hands on this because, as you all know, NECA is horrible with distribution, and with this being a Walmart exclusive, there was almost no hope for me to get this thing. But luckily, with all the fiasco that they had with the Raph and Casey Jones 2-pack, as well as the later releases for the cartoon versions of the Ninja Turtles, NECA finally decided to allow people to pre-order and buy these things. So I was able to get my hands on a Tokka and Rahzar to kind of finish out my turtle collection from NECA. Again, this is, if you guys haven't had an opportunity to watch the full review, it will be in the description below. But again, this is the quintessential team up that you want to have in your collection if you collect NECA. So again, number 9 goes to Tokka and Rahzar. And coming in at number 8, we have the SIC Kamen Rider Ryuk from Superior Customs. Again, this is a absolute monster of an action figure. I got this one on a whim, 100% for the dragon, but the action figure itself did not disappoint. Again, if you guys haven't had an opportunity to watch the review for this, definitely go into my description and you can find it. Again, this action figure is on a 7-inch scale, so it doesn't fit necessarily with your other 6-inch action figures, but it doesn't really matter. The articulation, the detail, the absolute color matching is just 100% spot on. I have not seen anything match a TV show so well in my entire life. I mean, it comes with the power cards. It comes with his actual rever on his arm that you can see there. And again, the main reason why I got this is this fully scaled dragon that comes from head to toe. It is just an absolute monster. Every single part of this dragon can be moved. The mouth, the head, and each individual section can also be removed and attached to his body in different ways. Again, this action figure is definitely on anyone's list if you are interested in Kamen Rider. All right, now coming in at number 7, we have the Mafex Thor, and this is the Thor from Avengers Infinity War. Man, oh man, I was so shocked by this action figure. I was shocked by the level of detail that was put into the sculpt. I was shocked by the number of accessories that it came with. And again, I was just shocked all around in regards to the actual face sculpt. Like, if you look at this thing close up, it looks just like Thor. It came with multiple Mjolnirs. It came with the regular one plus the axe that he got from the Avengers Infinity War movie. Again, the electricity feats that it came with, on the chest, on the arms, on the actual battle axe itself. I mean, this thing actually came with an extra torso so that you can get him without the cape. I mean, this thing is just freaking amazing. I mean, look at this face. Look at it. Look at the electricity that's surging out of his eyes. There it is. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. I mean, this thing, and actually this is a custom, not a studio hammer. in his hand. But again, it did come with his own other hammer as well. I just wanted to make sure that was known. But again, this thing is absolutely amazing, and this is why I made it on my top 10. All right, coming in at number 6, we have another entry from Mafex. This is the Mafex Hush Batman from the Hush comic book and movie, and this is the blue version. There is also another version that is coming out where he is in the black, but again, I had to get my hands on this figure, and again, it just eked out the edge over the Thor, and again, mostly because I have a deep love for Batman, and again, this was the first Batman figure that I've ever owned, with the exception of the 90s Michael Keaton Batman. But like, as far as like a high quality Batman figure, I just started to really get into collecting DC figures, so he just edged out Thor as far as the getting into the spot that he's in. Now, the reason for this, again, multiple head sculpt, batarangs, grappling hooks, the bendy wire cape that can get into multiple positions. I mean, I was tempted to buy the Amazing Yamaguchi Batman when it came out, but when I saw the way that they did that cape, I was like, there's absolutely no way I'm getting that Batman. But when Mafex came out and they did Batman right, I love how it almost resembles a Spawn cape. Again, this thing is amazing. It will fit in any of your Batman displays, and again, it is a must have if you are a Mafex fan, and if you are a Batman fan, absolutely deserves a spot. Congratulations to the Batman. Okay, guys, calm down. Coming in at number 5, I am doing a 2-for-1. I could not, at the end of the day, I could not choose between the two of these. They just were both so awesome that I had to put them in the list. There was just no way that I could make Lobo an honorable mention, and there's no way I could make Darkseid an honorable mention. So I decided to put them both in my number 5 spot. So here we have the Storm Collectibles Lobo and the Storm Collectibles Darkseid. Good God. Let me start with saying Storm Collectibles just came into my life in 2020 with this Injustice line. The first Storm Collectibles that I ever owned was the Bane, and after Bane, I ended up getting Lobo, then I got Darkseid, and then I got Doomsday. So I had everything from the Injustice line, but out of the ones that I got from the Injustice line, these two stood out immediately. I mean, just look at the sculpt, look at the detail, look at if you look at the accessories, the Lobo came with an actual chain for his actual hook. He came with a sawed-off shotgun, stogies, like 3 or 4 different heads, like 3 or 4 different hair sculpts for those heads. I mean, the only thing this thing did not come with was a motorcycle, which would have just killed it if it did. Same thing with Darkseid. He came with multiple hands, multiple heads. He came with the Omega Beam eye effect when it's sizzling. He also came with the actual Omega Beams that come out and shoot that you can attach to his head. And it actually is like almost like 6 inches long. It is just absolutely amazing. Again, if you are a DC fan, if you're a fan of the Injustice series, this is just an absolute must-have. It is damn near impossible to find these at retail. So again, I was so lucky to get my hands on them both, and I do not regret it at all. So again, in my number 5 spot, we have the Lobo and Darkseid from Injustice. All right, guys, we are almost at the end here. Coming in at number 4, we have the SH Figure Arts Mandalorian and SH Figure Arts Baby Yoda, aka the Child, aka, spoiler alert, Grogu. Man, I was so impressed. I was actually really upset that I did not do an official review of this action figure. I was so giddy with joy when I picked this thing up and I unboxed it. I just got it into multiple poses, and I just, kind of put it up in my DTOF just because, again, I just love this thing so much. I didn't even get around to reviewing it. But again, I really, really wish that I did, so you guys could just understand how fantastic this figure is. It blows anything else out of the water, hands down. I mean, the accessories that it comes with, as you can see here on the arm, I have the whistling birds, again, which is my favorite Mandalorian weapon. Again, he has the butterfly knife. He has just the way the armor looks. an actual cloth cape on his back. Again, the Baby Yoda, which did not come with the Mandalorian, but again, you just had to buy them both together. He came with his little spacecraft. He actually came with multiple arms. Again, his actual outfit is actual cloth as well. I mean, these two go together. He came with his backpack, actual rocket boosters. It came with his rifle. I mean, it came with an actual electric effect for the rifle. I mean, this thing is just a collector's dream. If you are a Mandalorian fan and if you actually value high quality action figures, you cannot not have this in your collection. So that's why the Mandalorian made it on to my number 4. All right, boys, coming in at number 3 is an action figure that I know is not on anybody else's top 10 because barely anybody actually has it, and I'm one of the few people who actually do have it. This is the Red Warrior, aka Red Ranger, from Somebody Toys. This, not to be confused with Ace Toys, this thing was a holy grail for my collection. I found out about this action figure probably a year and a half ago. It just popped up out of the blue. Nobody really saw it coming. And again, you could not buy it anywhere. No store was stocking it. I only actually was able to get it from a eBay seller who was actually selling it from, overseas. I had to pay a pretty penny to get it, but again, it was worth it. If you watch my video for this thing, you already know the detail we have in the helmet itself, which is die cast. The morpher is die cast. The actual blade blaster, all of these things are just immaculately and detailed and represented fully from the show. The actual suit itself is cloth. Again, it does have a metal frame so it can bend and move like any other thing, so it's not a statue. Again, also, if you don't know, they are releasing in January or February the Black Ranger, so I will be definitely getting that one. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, so when that one comes in, you'll be able to see it on my channel. And again, just to let you guys know, I did a review on this figure, and I was actually the first American review for this figure. So again, in the number 3 spot is the Somebody Toys Red Warrior, aka Jason, aka Red Ranger. Gotta have it. All right, coming in at number 2. This thing needs no introduction, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. This is the Gundam Metal Build Red Frame Kai version, Red Astray from Gundam Seed, I believe. Whew. This was a figure that just, when I saw it, full disclosure, I had an orgasm, like a male orgasm, a toygasm. Like, this thing was just breathtaking from jump. I had no idea what series it came from. All I know is I saw a Gundam holding a real giant sword, not a beam sword, but a giant samurai sword, 2 of them, and he had beam swords, and he had a transforming sword that turned into a carrier ship. It was just, this thing was amazing. So again, I pre-ordered it. I had to have it, and again, it is my one of my holy grail pieces that I got in 2020. The detail of this thing is immaculate. The reds, the grays, the whites. Again, this thing comes with 2 massive samurai swords, multiple hands. It comes with, as you can see here on the backhand side, an enormous sword that can also be used as it can transform into different modes. This thing has it all. Again, if you guys want to see a video review for it, I did it. Again, it didn't get as much attention as I would have hoped. So again, I'll link it in the description below. Definitely check out the detail review. This thing is a goddamn masterpiece. All right. And again, it's in my number 2 spot, but it can only be one. And you guys will find out right now. And coming in at number 1, we have my holy grail, my most expensive, most sexy, most treasured action figure. We have the Flame Toys Optimus Prime. God damn. I mean, this thing just makes me want to sing. Man, where do I begin with this figure? I mean, this thing, when it arrived, I was just, again, the pictures look good, but once you actually get it in hand, this thing is a masterpiece. Again, unfortunately, a lot of people cannot afford it because this one is, I believe, $450, maybe a little bit more. I got it from Sideshow Collectibles, but again, trust me, even though it doesn't transform, it does not need to, because again, this thing was just so fantastic that again, it just did not need to transform. I mean, the lower legs light up, as you can see here, the chest lights up, his eyes light up. This entire thing is made out of die-cast metal. Again, he comes with 2 swords on the that you can stick to the side. He comes with his gun that actually pops out of his back. I mean, this thing is amazing, absolutely amazing. The articulation on a figure this big is just second to none. Like, this thing has better articulation than the metal, the Redstream that came in number 2. This guy has better articulation. I mean, again, he can stand straight up. He has toe articulation. Again, this thing is, and again, the Star Saber. Look at the Star Saber. Look at the Star Saber. The Star Saber is bigger than the figure. And the Star Saber has articulation. I mean, this thing is just amazing. Okay? So yeah, I had to have it on the list. Number 1, without a question. If you can't afford to get it, get it. Again, he is on my list. He comes with battle axes as well. Forgot. He also comes with a battle axe. He comes with a stand. He comes with a stand that you can actually plug into the back. He can be in like jumping positions. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. Again, if you haven't seen the full review, again, I'll link it in the description below. But again, this is my number 1 figure of 2020. Flame Toys, Optimus Prime. There you go. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And again, be prepared because at the end of the week, probably will be January 1st or 2nd, I will be uploading my 2021 room tour where you guys get to see everything that I have amassed in 2021. And I can tell you right now, it is a big deal because I have changed damn near everything. So again, stay tuned, subscribe, hit bell notifications. This is Sean the King. Have a good one. Peace.